In the previous video, we spoke about lighten and darken and screen and multiply. In this video, we talk about perhaps the most important blending mode being overlay. We will also talk about its little brother, soft light. Consider overlay to be a mix of the multiply and screen blending modes. If the blend colors are light, it works like screen. If the blend pixels are dark, it works like multiply. Overlay often produces a shift in hue as well as in brightness. A quick reminder, multiply multiplies the base color with the blend color. Screen multiplies the inverse of the blend and the base color. We opened a new document and filled it with a gradient from light to dark divided in 10 equal parts. Using the color picker, we can measure the brightness of every part. The brightness has an even gradient from 90% for the upper part to 0% for the black part. Let's pay attention to the fifth zone where the brightness is 50%. We duplicate the background layer and in the drop-down menu we select Blending Mode Overlay. And we start measuring the brightness again. You will see that the fifth zone with a 50% brightness is not changed. And this is exactly what overlay is doing. Screen in the bright zones, multiply in the dark zones, and unchanged in the 50% brightness zone. And it's clear this sounds as adding contrast. So let's do a quick example. Take that image, we duplicate the layer, we change the blending mode to overlay, and you can see the contrast has been increased. The building you see here is the IG Farben building, Johann Wolfgang Goethe University in Frankfurt. We process this image, blending several layers, always blending with the overlay blending mode. Further, we will do dodge and burn, also with layers and using the overlay blending mode. After this, we will replace the sky. And yes, we also will use the overlay blending mode to do so. We add two layers, which we will use for dodging and burning. We create clipping masks. And then we change the names in dodge and burn. Yes, using overlay mode, you can make the perfect dodge and burn layers. Watch it. Painting with black. Remember multiplying, meaning multiplying the blend color with the base color, will darken the image where we like to do it. And the opposite, painting with white, will screen the brightest parts. Remember, it makes the areas that are 100% black transparent, and the areas that are 100% white are opaque. The grays are somewhere in between. We group the two layers. We toggle a bit to see the changes. We do some dodging and burning on the buildings. and so we create a bit more depth in the building. Next, we will replace the sky. We created the stamp layer, and from my sky library I dragged in a sky. Using Command T, I brought it to the right place in the right size. So now it is just a bit over the horizon. Using Ctrl J, I copied the sky layer, I flipped it vertically, and while holding down the Shift key, I brought it to the right place. To flip vertically, just click right the mouse and you will see how to do it. Merge those two layers. We change the blend mode to overlay. We make a mask in the top layer, and with a soft brush, we paint out the clouds in the building and in the foreground. We create a new stamp layer, add a new layer and create a clipping mask. Again, change the blending mode to overlay. Remember, the changes you make in the clipping masks only applies to the underlying layer. By painting black, we bring in some more contrast in the building. And so here it is. Now let's talk about soft light. Soft light darkens and lightens the colors depending on the blend color. If the blend color, meaning the light source, is lighter than 50% gray, the image is lightened as if it were dodged. If the blend color is darker than 50% gray, the image is darkened as if it were burned. Painting with pure black or white produces a distinctly darker or lighter area but does not result in pure black or white. Here we are in the beautiful village of Honfleur in France, Normandy. We are going to create more drama in this image. So we started by copying the background. Next thing, we desaturate this layer. So now we have a kind of a black and white view. We change the blending mode to soft light. We create a mask and we're going to paint out the dark shadow on the boat. And again we use a soft brush. As we said before, soft light is definitely more subtle than overlay.